Shaka Khan. All right. This is the second video review, and I decided to do a chick flick. Still don't have a name for the show, but the movie that I'm going to be reviewing for the day is One for the Money, starring Katherine Heigl. It's already out. It's already on Netflix, so I decided might as well enter this foray of genre for the heck of it. And One for the Money is about a woman who's fallen on hard times who decides I'm going to become a bounty hunter, and this leads into her finding an ex-con slash ex-boyfriend from high school and getting involved in a mystery that she really has no business being into, but she takes it upon herself to solve it so she can get money. This is gonna be a very short review because this movie grants me no happy feelings, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the pros. And then my buddy over here, Scruffy, who's going to ask me questions about the movie. So, pros being, it's filmed adequately. Like, it's not an affront to human intelligence as you watch this movie. Like, you're not sitting here thinking, wow, this was made by a 2-year-old. It looks, decent. You like some of the side characters, which also leads to my cons, being that when the black hookers it's just that when your black hookers are basically the only funny part of your romantic comedy, you may have a problem. Also, the not Italian, I think he's Mexican. I don't know, I can't remember this movie.
There's a difference between Mexican and Italian.
I get that, but it's just, oh, man. The Mexican man who plays the badass bounty hunter in this movie, he's got some good lines. And I'll admit that the male lead, he has parts, but that's in very, very short segments. Now, Scruffy here didn't actually see the movie, so he's going to ask me questions, which are going to lead into the cons of watching this movie. So, you want to go ahead and take it?
First of all, were you gonna say privilege there for a second?
Privilege? Privilege? Why would I tell you this is a privilege watching this movie? No, I was not gonna say privilege. Next question.
Were there any titties in the movie?
You do get to see her in her bra once, and then there was a shower scene. And they most likely teach you. This is not made for guys.
Okay.
So we're not getting any enjoyment out of this.
Okay. Now, does she fight anyone? Like hand-to-hand combat?
No. Like, okay, this also...
Does she ever fire a gun?
Yes! And apparently now she's natural, which leads into my first con, which is our main character is kind of a selfish asshole. Like, you get the fact in the very first couple minutes, we're like, okay, she lost her job at Macy's as a lingerie model. Not a lingerie model, like a lingerie salesman.
Oh.
Right? Okay, and so you're like, okay, she's a little pimp for money. And then she goes into this bounty hunter office to talk to her cousin Vinny. Vinny. And she proceeds to blackmail him to get like this very high-paying job when it's like she's never been a bounty hunter before. She has no idea what she's doing. So you watch for like the first 45 minutes as this woman parades around in a business like pencil skirt, a blouse, and high heels, carrying around a giant purse, saying, "I'm here to arrest you. I'm here to talk to you." And she just goes around this movie acting like the people just owe her something because she's pinned up for money. Whereas, like, the people in the movie keep telling you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And the writing in this makes her seem very idiotic. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating watching her. And then all of a sudden, she makes this complete turnaround and becomes a badass. Like, now she's wearing jeans and combat boots. You just like, I don't see this. And even the movie, she says, within the span of 4 days. So within 4 days, I have to believe that she had this complete turnaround from idiot to badass. Like, it's not believable. It's just not.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Got another question?
Does anything explode?
A car explodes, and it's not exciting. Like, it's not an exciting movie.
Okay.
Like, when I go into a movie, I'm usually hyped. My excitement dulled down as this movie continued.
Does she actually arrest anyone?
Yeah, and she's a dick. Like, okay, so spoiler, because I don't believe anyone's actually gonna go see this movie. And if you do, shame on you for supporting this. But anyway, so the dude that she's been chasing after, they make a deal. It's like, okay, you help me solve this mystery, I will turn myself in willingly. And so when they finally,
she doesn't get the money.
he will let her turn him in.
Oh,
Think
okay.
about it, right? And so they finally solve the mystery. Then it's like, you know what? And she's such a vindictive little shit. Like, okay, they had sex back in high school, and then he didn't call her. And so she runs her over with her car, breaking his leg, shattering any future he had as a football player, which they go through in this movie. And then it's like, you dick, you didn't call me back then. And he's like, we had sex once. Once! And then you broke my leg. And even the people call her out on it. It's like, you kind of bitch. You ran him over. And it's like, and then she started to defend herself like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, you ran up onto the curb to hit him with the leg. We're gonna cut this off very quickly. Okay, in short, writing, bad. Main character that we're supposed to like, we don't like. Because we're supposed to feel sorry for her, we don't. The black hookers are the only funny thing in this movie. The male lead and the secondary male lead have moments of being funny. Overall, this movie is just forgettable. Like, I'm actually struggling to remember some details. Like, I can't remember if the guy is Mexican or Italian.
Okay, one last question.
Alright.
Does the romantic part between the guy and the girl actually seem to be believable, or at least is there tension there, like, romantically? Because I asked one question for the guys, I gotta ask one for the women.
Barely. Like, you can see it. Like, you can tell between them there's history.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. Like, they had the one sexual encounter in high school. She didn't see him for, like, 10 years. And then all of a sudden, like, she keeps reminding us that she's like, oh, I don't fucking like him. I don't fucking like him. But every time she sees him, she just acts like a bigger idiot.
So, romantically, it's kind of a flop. Comedy-wise, it's, again, a flop.
The black hookers are the funniest thing in this movie.
So, as a romantic comedy,
It
fails.
Yes. This movie sucks. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. Like, it's barely getting that 2. But yet, 1.9. Alright.
1.9.
1.9. Thank you, Scruffy, for being here today. Signing out.